Sound Therapy, Healing with Sound. Chapter 1. Sound as Healer. Healing with Sound, a Lost Art. Modern experiments with sound have shown that sound can be beneficial in the recovery of patients. Music has been shown to be beneficial even before we are born. Ultrasound is used to assist recovery of various ailments, including repairing broken bones. The traditional resistance to alternative healing methods is being challenged by the results of experiments involving sound. Research shows connection between sound and healing back to prehistory. If you want to get technical, the guy who built the Coral Castle in Leisure City, Florida, coralcastle.com, Edward Leedskalnin, was thought to have some kind of sound vibration machine that was able to lift those big stones because he did it all by himself. It seems like a very hard task at the very least. If you go to the 6th book of the Bible, Joshua, if you believe that stuff, Joshua and his men crossed the Jordan River, then marched around the city of Jericho for several days, causing certain sound vibrations that brought the walls down. Music therapy has been used with success in cases of cancer, schizophrenia, dementia, cardiovascular diseases, somatic issues, anxiety, pain, post-surgery recovery, eating disorders, depression, multiple sclerosis, deafness, tinnitus, and a host of other physical, emotional, and psychological issues. Music therapy during prenatal care and during labor has been shown to be a valuable addition to other therapies like breathing exercises and specific exercises. Music therapy is used to help alleviate pain and increase post-surgical healing. It is used in conjunction with anesthesia and pain medication. It has been shown to elevate mood, alleviate depression, induce sleep, and in general, decrease hospital stays. People who engage in recreational music making using drumming protocol have better moods, lower stress-related cytokine interleukin-10 levels, and higher natural killer cell activity compared with a control group. These markers translate to better immune system response, suggesting greater disease prevention. Although we look upon healing with sound as a relatively modern science, there is a strong tradition of healing that deals with spiritual wellness. Chanting is considered by some people to take you to higher states of relaxation. The is considered the universal chant. Just chant like you're humming it. The use of chanting mantras for healing is in the Rig Veda, one of the oldest texts in the world. The Indian raga system originated in the Rig Vedic period, which is believed to precede the prehistoric Indus Valley civilization. Indian tradition has a strong emphasis on the power of sound and intonation in healing, evolving, and accomplishment. The Vedic chants and music were intoned with utmost care, as each intonation and inflection of voice could have beneficial or adverse effects. The Vedas are the oldest unbroken form of oral tradition in the world, dating from at least 1500 BC. They insist on learning the perfect notation and pronunciation of each word because they believe that words have a power of their own. Mantras are chanted for knowledge, devotion, wisdom, spiritual and physical purification. Vedic texts describe transcending sound as the preeminent means for attaining higher, spiritual consciousness. In the West, the first record of the awareness of the power of sound for healing comes from Pythagoras of Samos, 580 BC, who was a philosopher, mathematician, and a musician. He became aware of the profound effect that music had on the senses and emotions, and declared that the soul could be purified from its irrational influences by solemn songs sung to the accompaniment of the lyre, similar in principle to the Vedas. He is reputed to have been able to soothe animals and people. He said, "Music directly imitates the passions or states of the soul. When one listens to music that imitates a certain passion, he becomes imbued with the same passion, and if over a long time he habitually listens to music that rouses ignoble passions, his whole character will be shaped to an ignoble form." Plato, 427 BC to 348 BC, said of music in the Republic, "Musical training is a more potent instrument than any other, because rhythm and harmony find their way into the inward places of the soul, on which they mightily fasten, imparting grace." Homer prescribed music to counteract mental anguish. Asclepiades of Bithynia prescribed Phrygian music for illness. Democritus prescribed various flute melodies. The Roman physician Galen applied music to his healing repertoire. Galen prescribed a medical bath inclusive of flute song for nerve pain. On certain prehistoric megaliths, a love of music and a connection between sound and healing are expressed. Dr. Ian A. Cook and colleagues from UCLA, published in the journal Time and Mind in 2008, used electroencephalography, EEG, to monitor the brain activity of volunteers while they listened to different frequencies of sound. They found that at 110 Hz, the brain activity suddenly changed. The section of the brain responsible for language processing became relatively deactivated and the areas related to mood, empathy, and social behavior switched on. In the hypogeum on Malta, there is a hole in the wall called the auricle hole from which a male voice will reverberate throughout the internal chambers. In the same chamber there is an amplification channel built into the ceiling. The idea is that nice sounds or music make you feel good. Somebody was able to capture video of animals and birds dancing to music. These videos are on YouTube. They feel it too. landscape-perception.com/archeoacoustics en.wikipedia.org/wiki/Vedic_chant theepochtime.com/n2/science/ancient-architects-on-same-wavelength-2677 HTML. Sound therapy info/medical acoustics. Sound is a form of healing that assumes that vibrations heal people. Illness is disease, the disharmony of the natural vibrational state of the body, and, because our thoughts and emotions are sound waves, our imbalanced thoughts and emotions disrupt the vibrational harmony and therefore lead to disease. Sound waves are used for manipulating both physical tissues and energetic fields in the body. By using waves of low-frequency sound combined with subtle variations in the frequency and wavelength, scientists can control fluids and manipulate tissues in the human body. Cymatics is the study of sound on physical matter. A pioneer in this area was Hans Jenny. Cymaticsource.com. With a sound system, doctors or surgeons could manipulate internal organs. You can hum, chant, beat drums or listen to sound effects like nature sounds or the ocean. There are also machines that give off a sound. Go on youtube.com, type in meditation music or new age music. Sound healing websites. soundtherapyassociation.org, soundhealersassociation.org, ancientsounds.com, New Age Sound Therapy, audiotribes.com, bio-health.com.au/ambience.htm, turn your PC into a sound therapy machine to soothe your mind. biowaves.com, colorpointinstitute.com/soundtherapy.htm, kuyamungiinstitute.com, healingsounds.com, healthtronics.com, metatones.com, soundfeelings.com, soundhealthinc.com, soundlistening.com, Tomatis method, sound therapy, soundoasis.ca/therapy/soundtherapy.asp, soundshifting.com/chakra-tones.htm, soundtherapy.ca, soundtherapy.co.uk, soundtherapyinternational.com, soundtherapywa.com.au, soundvitality.com, treatment utilizing Sound Vitality's sound wave treatment solutions, soundwavetherapy.co.uk, therapymusic.co.uk, thesoundhealer.com, toolsforwellness.com/sound-therapy.html, audio websites/sound effects/nature sounds. Audio websites are mainly speeches and sound effects. The purpose of sound effects is to help you relax, like listening to white noise or ocean sounds. a1freesoundeffects.com, allegro-music.com/nature.asp, audiosprx.com, audiotribes.com, birdsforever.com, cdnature.com, chatterblocker.com, coolastudios.com, filmsound.org, Findsounds.com, fourpalms.com, freefaves.com, freesounds.info, moviesounds.com, musicrobot.com, nature.com, natureguystudio.com, naturesmusic.com, naturesong.net, naturesound.com, nature-sound.org, naturesounds.ca, natureestapestrae.com, newagemusic.com, newearthrecords.com, partnersinrhyme.com, sound-effects-library.com, soundeffects.com, soundsleeping.com/vibes.html, soundslogical.com, soundsandnature.org.nz, soundsofnature.us, soundsourcinteractive.com, soundsthatsoothe.co.uk, stephenwiseman.com, wavecentral.com,